I stand here tonight in strong support of this motion, not only as a councillor, but as a Jewish resident of Barnet, as a member of the community that continues to live with the trauma of October the 7th, 2023. On that day, over 250 innocent people were taken hostage. More than 1,200 were brutally murdered. Children, parents, grandparents were torn from their homes in an attack of unspeakable cruelty. It was not only an assault on Israel, but a direct attack on Jewish life and dignity everywhere. Here in Barnet, home to one of the UK's largest Jewish communities, that anguish remains intensely personal. In response, the yellow ribbons and hostage posters that appeared across our borough were not a political statement. They were symbols of humanity. They said, "We see you, we care, and we will not forget you." The council has initially planned to remove these ribbons and posters before the High Holy Days. Thankfully, that removal was delayed. Yet the very fact that it was considered before a ceasefire has been reached and before every hostage had been returned is deeply troubling. It's implied that compassion could have an expiry date, that solidarity be scheduled around convenience rather than principle. Consider this: posters for missing pets can remain on lampposts for months, but posters for kidnapped human beings being enduring unimaginable suffering were almost taken down as if they were an inconvenience. That is not right. That is not decent. That is not the Barnet I want to represent. This has taken place against a wider backdrop of rising anti-Semitism in the UK, a prejudice that affects not only the Jewish community, but the moral fabric of our whole society. Acts of hatred, where they appear, or even silence in the face of injustice, must be met with collective resolve. Because when compassion is withdrawn, or when symbols of solidarity, like the yellow ribbons, are quietly removed, that silence becomes dangerous. It risks suggesting that the time for empathy has passed, when in truth it is needed now more than ever. As our friends and neighbours celebrate Diwali, we are reminded that light triumphs over darkness. In that spirit, the yellow ribbons were not just Jewish symbols. They were lights of hope that spoke with our shared humanity. And that is why this motion is so important. So tonight, I urge this council to stand firm. Let us affirm that Barnet will always be a borough of empathy and moral clarity.